This shot was recorded on a Pixel 2. Its camera features include an optical electronic image stabilization. Its video recording capabilities are 4K at 60 frames, 1080p at 120 frames, and 240 frames at 720p. It uses an f2.4 aperture camera with fixed focus. Chili: 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 diced onion, 2 pounds ground beef, 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 3 tablespoons of ancho chili powder, 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 1/8 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Boeing 737, short to medium range twin jet narrow body airliner. It was developed and manufactured by Boeing Commercial Airplanes in the United States. Originally developed as a shorter, lower cost twin engine airliner derived from the 707 and 727, the 737 has developed into the family of 10 passenger models with capacities from 85 to 215 passengers. Wait a minute. Let's start this over again. This fountain by the Americana has always been a special place to me. During my first 6 months of living in Los Angeles, I found myself in a transitional period where I would move from place to place without actually finding myself a home. During my 6th month in Los Angeles, I found a place in Glendale, and the wonderful thing about it was I was next to the Americana. Many argue that this area is sick and very much filled with commercial corporate greed disguised as culture. But this fountain was always a place of peace for me. I would sit by it, watch the water jets, nothing special, just water, air compressor, and boom, you're given a show. But there's a peacefulness about this place. There's a method to the madness where people see gross consumerism, crowds, selfish intentions, just the overall general ugliness of humanity. I see a structure and I see a natural movement of things. I just see people going about their normal lives in an environment that would be very special to some, but very much utilitarian to others. The pond at the Americana grants me a little bit of peace. It allows me to sit and reflect. It allows me to just see how people act and how people interact. Chili, it's such a simple dish. It's very much a salt of the earth platter of food, if you want to think of it that way. It doesn't take much skill to make, but it brings me a lot of comfort. Whenever I prepare it, I like to show the ingredients a love, care, and admiration just through the way that I treat the ingredients. Something wonderful, something great can come from something so simple. I think about the people special to me when I make this, and as a result, I like to treat the ingredients with the care and attention that they deserve. The airport has been someplace very, very near and dear to me. No one really has fond memories of LAX. When they go to LAX, they think of a crowd, they think of traffic, they think of being manhandled by TSA, they think of so many things that are not conducive to a calm, peaceful atmosphere. But I think the opposite. I think there is that anxiety before getting onto a plane, and that anxiety is multiplied by the chaoticness of the airport. But once you get on, there's really this peacefulness. There's the gentle gliding of an aircraft, which is something wonderful. It's the utilization of technology and human ingenuity at its finest, but it operates like a force of nature. A plane in the air is no different from a tree on the ground, or a car on the street, or an ant on the ground. All these things are moving elements of our human society, and I'm not going to say we take them for granted, we just forget that they exist, even though they're right in front of us in plain sight. I mean, what is a film other than a moving picture? Sets of pictures put in front of us, each one moving from one frame to the next to deliver us the illusion of movement. What we see in front of us really isn't there, it's just a picture, a sequence of pictures at that. But I feel that this art form has become manifest through the technique used to give us this illusion, to give us this wonderful scenery of images. Story alone helps with the delivery of a message, but I feel that movement helps in the visual poetry and the visual narrative that's happening right in front of us. Without movement, there is nothing for our eyes. Film is beautiful because it is an audio and visual spectacle for the senses. Sitting in a dark theater, everybody still, everybody waiting for that tense moment. You sit there, you wait, you wait, you wait, and then all of a sudden, bam! We see how things move in a film, but I think we need to really think to ourselves, how does a film move us?